The illusion of knowing. Why pretending to know everything is killing your growth? Have you ever met someone who always has an answer? No hesitation, no doubt, no questions. They speak with certainty about everything. But there is a real question. Are they truly knowledgeable, or are they afraid to look like they don't know? Today, we are going to talk about one of the most dangerous success killers, the need to appear knowledgeable instead of willingness to become knowledgeable. Because some people don't think, how can I learn this? They think, how can I make others believe I already know this? And that mindset quietly destroys growth. Welcome to Voice of Success. The psychology behind pretending. Why do people pretend to know everything? It is not intelligence, it is not confidence, it is insecurity. When someone feels their value depends on appearing smart, they avoid situations where they might look ignorant. So instead of asking, can I explain that? They nod, they agree, they fake understanding. This behavior often starts in childhood. Fear of being laughed at, fear of being judged, fear of being seen as less. So the ego creates protection. It says, if I never admit I don't know, no one can think I'm weak. But there is the paradox. The strongest people ask the most questions. The hidden cost of acting like you know everything. Let's talk about the cost. You stop learning. The moment you pretend you know, your brain closes, curiosity dies, growth stops. You lose trust. People can sense when someone is pretending. Authenticity builds trust. Pretending destroys it. You make expensive mistakes in business, in relationship, in investing, in leadership. If you don't ask questions, you pay tuition to life, and it is expensive. You block mentorship. Mentors invest in learners, not in know-it-alls. If you always act like you have the answer, why would anyone guide you? The difference between confidence and arrogance. Let's clarify something important. Confidence says, I can figure it out. Arrogance says, I already know. Confidence asks questions. Arrogance avoids them. Confidence is secure. Arrogance is defensive. One grows, one stagnates. The most powerful leaders in history shared one trait. They were lifelong students. Even at the top, they remained teachable. Because real intelligence understands the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. The beginner's advantage. There is a power in saying, I don't know. It opens the door to learning. It builds humility. It invites collaboration. In Japanese culture, there is a concept called shoshin, beginner's mind. It means approaching life with openness, even if you are experienced. When you adopt beginner's mind, you absorb more, you listen deeper, you grow faster. Ironically, beginners often progress faster than experts because they are not defending their image. They are building skills. How to shift from impressing to learning. If you recognize yourself in this pattern, good. Awareness is growth. Here is how to change. Practice saying, I don't know, out loud, without apology, without shame. Replace performance with curiosity. Instead of asking, how do I look? Ask, what can I learn? Ask better questions, not surface questions, deep questions. Curiosity is a muscle. Train it. Choose rooms where you are not the smartest. Growth happens when you feel slightly uncomfortable. If you're always the expert in the room, you are in the wrong room. The mountain principle. Imagine standing at the base of mountain. The arrogant person says, I already know what is at the top. The wise person says, I have never been there. Let's climb. Life is a mountain. If you pretend you have reached the summit, you will never start climbing. The strongest leaders, the wealthiest investors, the most respected mentors, they remain a student, always climbing, always learning. Success is not about appearing intelligent. It is about becoming intelligent. It is not about protecting your ego. It is about expanding your capacity. So today, I challenge you, in your next meeting, in your next conversation, in your next opportunity, instead of trying to impress, try to learn. Because the moment you stop pretending to know everything, it is the moment you actually begin to grow. This is Voice of Success, and growth begins with humility. Thank you for your watching. See you in next video.